All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is DuPage Run and Shoot Show, episode 3, with my co-host, Patrick Codo. My name is Peter Leinweber, aka Coach Big Pete of DeepDishFootball.com. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I send it over to my co-host, Patrick Codo. Please tell us your information, sir.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is me, Patrick Codo, co-host of this awesome podcast show, DuPage Run and Shoot. Oh my God, it is awesome to be back for another episode. We got a lot to talk about. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also a sports reporter at nctv17.com. Or I'm sorry, nctv17. You can find all of our stuff at nctv17.org. And of course, if you want to shoot me an email or to say hi, email me at pcodo@nctv17.org.
All right, let's kick off week 2 scores. Joliet Catholic 23, IC 22 in a tough nail biter. Missed field goal by IC. Good game. Good, solid game.
I would have to agree as well. State powerhouses going at it. For IC, Pete, they needed this. They needed that. They needed that early. They needed that. They needed that early because and this is a really good test for IC. Joliet Catholic's also another good football team out there too. Yes. So IC, they needed that.
I do not see this being as a major loss to IC. I think this.
This is a good loss. To be quite honest,
this was a good loss. I think this was a good measuring stick for IC and Joliet Catholic. Again, impressive with their young line. And I got to say, the quarterback that took over is looking really good. So definitely, we got to keep an eye out for the Joliet Catholic team.
All the time, you have to. You can't get around it. And I mean, even IC, Mandela still had a great game. 389 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. It's just that Joliet Catholic had just a slight advantage.
And I see Mandela, like you said, the quarterback, he has done unbelievable growth in his game from last year to this season. It's going to be a scary team.
As always.
Yep. Wheaton Warrenville South 10, Neuqua Valley 7.
Well, okay, Pete. Lots to unpack on this one. First of all, we're eating shit on this one. Well, I'm eating shit. Because we had some serious doubt last week, but the biggest hit that happened in that game, Mark Meneke left with a leg injury. Yeah. Oh my God. He was scoring the touchdown. That's a huge, despite that, that's a huge road win for Wheaton South. I mean, it was ugly, but some games are going to be ugly, and that one needed overtime.
And like I said, one of the big things that I was impressed with was Wheaton Warrenville South's defense. I thought that was impressive from what they're showing last week to this week. Impressive. Hats off to Coach Norris and staff and team.
They needed that win badly after their ass whooping to Simeon.
Montini, 31, Hillcrest 6.
Montini needed that. They really needed that.
Big proving win, you're right. And after a tough loss I see in the first week, Montini needed that win over a Hillcrest team that's on the middle level. So yeah.
It's still a win. A win is a win, as they always say.
OPRF 42, Hinsdale South 7. OPRF is 2-0, and they're shocking people.
OPRF has wow. OPRF has been on a tear lately. Another good game by the defense. It's just wow. OPRF, they keep us up. They can be a serious threat in that conference because that conference is already loaded. Well, there's OPRF now trying to do some damage.
Oh, and the thing with OPRF that I've been completely impressed with is with their offensive line. Their offensive line is just looking brand new from last year. They are doing a wonderful job, and their quarterback, Gooch, who's a hell of a quarterback, is definitely a kid that you got to keep an eye out for. St. Francis 35, Sterling 27.
Wow. It was the Amari Head show for St. Francis. I mean, 3 TDs, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. He had 163 total yards, 123 on the ground. But you had to figure this was going to be that kind of game for Wheaton St. Francis.
I was very impressed with Sterling's offense, the way that they were able to respond against St. Francis defense. And again, Sterling is a serious team. I'm a little bit shocked by the score. I thought St. Francis was gonna.
Honestly, Pete, it's still early in the season.
Yeah.
Teams are trying to get adjusted and stuff. So it's
Oh, you're right. You're right.
it's still early and stuff. Obviously, last week we saw what some teams can do. We saw some teams take a step back last week where you're like, some teams have you like, okay.
Yeah.
Some teams have you scratching your head. Some teams just don't surprise. Last week, to be honest, was a weird week.
Yes, it was. South Elgin 22, Glenbard East 6.
That the score itself does not determine how intense the game was, to be quite honest. It was a serious defensive battle. And for South Elgin, they took an early 8-0 lead. Glenbard East makes it 8-6, but South Elgin put up a few more TDs to win the game.
South Elgin. That South Elgin game between Glenbard South is going to be one hell of a game in DuPage County in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm looking forward for it.
So that's definitely going to be a big thing. Naperville North 28, Glenbard North 13. Did we really think it was going to end any differently?
No, not really. That's not a surprise score. Although, the score itself doesn't anticipate how intense that game also was.
Yeah.
Gray got off to another slow start and stuff. Each offense had their own slumps. But
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, what were you going to say? Sorry.
I was going to say it was like, one of those games where, again, it's early, but obviously, Naperville North, to be honest, they should they be concerned about how some of the players are playing? I wouldn't say not yet. If they're still the same stuff, like, a few weeks down the road, then maybe. Because let's be honest, not only that, too. Coach Fitzgerald was also at the game. You don't want to play that bad when you have a college coach watching you. No offense.
By the way, I just got to do one shout out. 23K Visuals. They do a wonderful job. Awesome Sunday show. He talks to players in the Chicagoland area. 23K Visuals. That's my guy. Give him a follow. I got to do a little bit of a shout out. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all good. And then Glenbard North did make it a game, too, at the half, trailing 14-7. But then, it was just, Justin Bland had 300 yards of total offense, but he turned it over way too many times. So while the offenses looked good, there were some mistakes in the game. How about William Karosik, though, with that sick one-handed pick?
I'm going to say this one thing right now. I'm been very impressed with the defensive play in this DuPage County area. Very impressed.
It's improved as well.
It's very much improved from 48 to 56 scores the last year.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of basketball scores last week in some games.
Talking about a basketball score, Westmont 46, DuSable 0.
Westmont's 2-0? Westmont's 2-0. Holy shit.
Got Juggernaut coming against them.
Yeah, Plano.
Yep.
Hey, nothing. Hey, Westmont's been through some hell. They're off to a 2-0 start. Not too bad.
Yep. Downers Grove North 30, Willowbrook 0, Willowbrook 0-2, DGN 2-0.
Brook 0-2 hasn't even scored a touchdown. I don't know about Willowbrook. I mean, I get there are your slow starts, and then there's starts that are like kind of warning signs.
Yeah.
Willowbrook's kind of in that warning sign because they couldn't score a touchdown.
No, they couldn't, and it was quite. I'm very impressed with the DGN defense. Still a little bit shocked with Willowbrook's offense, but next game you just got to get ready, and hopefully we'll see some more positivity coming out of that offense this weekend. Sorry about that. Bartlett 42, West Chicago 0.
West Chicago, I mean, at this point for West Chicago, you just got to find the end zone.
Yeah, and it's a new coach. They're learning. It's going to take some time, but Bartlett is looking good. Bartlett's 2-0 right now.
Yeah, no, Bartlett, a tough win over Streamwood last week. And then you get a dominating win over West Chicago. I mean, Bartlett's off to a good start. Let's see what they can do from there.
Lockport 44, Mateavelli 0.
It was actually 10, Pete.
Oh,
It was
10.
10.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
It was 10. So obviously, well, it's interesting how this game went. Matia Valley got off to a good start. They actually turned over Lockport early and kicked a field goal. Then Lockport just beat the shit out of them from there.
And their DB Jalen Falcon hit 2 interceptions.
Yep. I mean,
stud.
But this is a really, no offense to Matia, they're off to a horrible start.
Yeah.
They've been outscored in 2 weeks, 93-33. That's not good.
No, it's not. It's not. Plainfield North 19, Naperville Central 9.
So this was one of those games where Naperville Central took a step back.
Yeah.
They relied a little too much on the short game. They stuffed Plainfield North stuffed Tyler Dodd a lot up the middle. I mean, Central's had its good and bad moments. Like they had a special teams play where they pinned Plainfield North deep, which resulted in a Maverick goalie safety.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like 2-0, for the first half. Next thing you know, John St. Clair has himself, a big game and stuff, like, just, rumbling his way all over the Central defense. They make it 6-2. Then Chris McCormack throws an 80-yard touchdown pass to Tyler Dodd on the slants. Like, holy shit, that was definitely a busted coverage because, Tyler Dodd's a fucking running back.
Yeah,
like, I'm sure you saw the play. You're like, that's definitely a busted coverage. No offense.
I saw it on his huddle. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, Central had a chance, but unfortunately McCormack threw a pick 6 to end the game.
I'm still positive on Naperville Central. They gave a battle to
Plainfield North's also good too. Let's not forget they dropped 54 points. They also dropped 54 points the week before too on Plainfield East.
Who's, by the way, playing tonight?
That's right. They're playing Joliet West, right? Yeah, Plainfield North's playing.
There's like 4 different games in Plainfield that are being played right now today.
What the hell?
I know.
Could be I heard something about a stadium renovation too. I don't know.
Yeah.
For Plainfield North.
I think you're right too on one of the games. York 58, more than 7. Come on, my coach, my buddy Joe Helton. Come on, man. But yeah, York is
York's York. York is York.
So not a big surprise there. Manfez is an absolute beast. St. Charles East 2-0, 10, Wabanzi Valley 7.
Well, this is an interesting game. Well, first of all, it should have been a little bit out of hand, but they had a few touchdowns wiped out because of penalties. McGreevy pulled a couple of picks. Wabanzi struck first, but then just the offense just struggled once again. What the hell?
Tough game. Really, just a tough game. But St. Charles
absolutely
is 2-0. Shout out to St. Charles.
Like I said, some wins are ugly. This was definitely an ugly one.
Lyons Township 45, Addison Trail 0.
Addison Trail back to their regular scheduled losing streak.
Wilmington 29, Lyle 0.
Oof. Tough break for Lions.
Yep.
For Lyle, excuse me.
Yeah, Wilmington's they're looking like beasts in 2-way. Glenbard West 42, DGS 7. Well,
that game was honestly close in the first half. Glenbard West was up, 13-0. Down to south. Okay, we have a chance. No. If they just continued up, and they were still missing Joey Pope.
Yeah. But
it just shows you how special this Glenbard West team is.
Yes, it is. And you completely hit it on the head. Glenbard West just looks unbelievable right now.
Glenbard West too. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Lincoln Way Central 24, Lake Park 14.
Lake Park has some positives to take in this game, and they're only trailing 14-7 at the half, but couldn't do much from there at the end.
Yeah. It's going to take some time, but they're doing the right things right now.
They're young, too. They're young.
Yeah. Wheaton Academy 63, Christ the King 0. No surprise there.
Wheaton Academy's been eating in their opponents 111-14 these past 2 weeks.
Unbelievable. Glenbard South 49, Fenton 14.
Jalen Brown, 2 TDs. Cam Williams, 2 TDs.
They gave up 2014 to Fenton. That's my personal thing. I was shocked.
Yeah, it did.
Wheaton North 28, Providence 0.
So it's like the championship hangover does not exist at Wheaton as of now.
I'm completely flabbergasted by Wheaton North, especially their line play. I've never seen line play from a championship team go to the year after and be the same thing. It's completely impressive. I've never ever seen anything like it.
Along with and Wheaton North too. They reload every year. It's not like, oh, we lost Mark Petrucci. I mean, let's not forget too. Clayton Thorson also played there and stuff. They had a good squad with Wheaton North. So, the coaching staff does a really good job reloading that team.
I'm completely impressed, and they got a big game this Friday. So
we will definitely talk about that.
Yeah, Hinsdale Central 51 Proviso 0.
Hinsdale Central needed that win for sure. I mean, it's Hinsdale Central.
Coach McHugh.
Yes, sir.
Bennett 24, Moline 21.
Holy shit, Bennett needed that win.
I didn't see that one either. I thought Moline was going to win that game. Completely shocked.
Oh, what? The Bennett's had their number. Bennett owns them.
Hey, any given Friday, my friend. Any given Friday.
Yeah, and Bennett owns them on any given Friday.
Yep, true. Deep Dish Football Game of the Week, Grant 24, Taft 20. Great game, by the way.
I was going to say, a lot of people were doubting Grant. Well, Grant definitely shut up the haters.
Warren Township 19, Main South 17.
Okay. Can I start this off, please?
Go ahead.
So Main South was up 10-0 in like the fourth quarter and stuff. Main South thought, okay, touchdown, we put it away. They were introduced to Charlie Thompson.
Yeah.
So before the spark, Charlie Thompson had 28 yards rushing, pops an 80-yard TD, and the next thing you know, that started a 19-0 run for Warren, and they won 19-17.
Charlie Thompson's a hell of a player. Main South, they're still good. But a big shot to Coach McNulty on that big win against Main South. Next game,
they needed that huge win.
Next game, I saw the first half I saw the score. I was completely shocked. Lincoln Way East 31, Batavia 16.
So we were talking about teams having good losses. I think this was a good one for Batavia.
Yeah.
Because this isn't 2021 Batavia. This is 2022 Batavia.
Yeah.
Whole different team, new schedule. I'm not surprised. The fact that they were getting their asses spanked, though, 31-0 at the half. But, turnovers killed them and stuff. You can't do that against Lincoln Way East. They are a phenomenal team.
And again, Batavia, I still think are the kings of the Duquesne Conference.
They are.
We'll see this weekend. I think that's going
to be will. Like Lincoln Way East's QB, Braden Tishner, popped a 55-yard touchdown fake.
Braden Tishner is unbelievable. I didn't know the kid had the speed in him. I was completely shocked.
The Griffins are definitely going to need that this year.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we get into week 3, Deep Dish Football, DuPage Run and Shoot games of the week in DuPage County. Montini versus Marmion. Marmion 2-0, Montini 1-1. Oh, baby, this is going to be a big one.
Who's the favorite in this game?
I would have to say it's pretty even. It honestly is pretty even in this game.
Well, I'm going to go Marmion.
I'm up in the air about this game. Honestly, I'm up in the air. Lyle versus Reed Custer. Reed Custer is looking like world beaters. Lyle suffers their biggest loss to Wilmington last week. Oh, it's going to be a tough one for Lyle.
Definitely.
Damn good. Next, because we have to add some games because, well, some of the Naperville teams decide, hey, you know what? Let's play out.
Well, thankfully, those out-of-state teams are coming here. Thank God.
That's true.
Honestly, I think it's a good opportunity for North Central and Neuqua to play these teams because you get a chance to see what kind of football those teams have and stuff. Obviously, the team from Wisconsin, St. Louis, Michigan, a good chance to see what kind of football they run and stuff.
I don't like it. It's too late.
They could have played. I'm surprised nobody didn't want to play. I don't know, someone from the Duquesne. Or just some small Illinois school, just beat the shit out of them.
I agree. Bennett versus Brother Rice, 1-1 teams facing each other.
This is a big game for Bennett Academy. The game's in Lyle, so Pete, this This is a serious toss-up right here, if I had to be honest.
I'm going to go a little bit with Brother Rice. I think Brother Rice is going to win this game.
Yeah, definitely.
Will I be surprised if Benning gets the upset? No, I wouldn't be.
No, I won't be surprised either.
No. Glenbar North versus Geneva. This is a huge game. I love
Huge game for Glenbar North. The game's in Geneva. But hey, you know what? I think Glenbar North pulls it off.
I think this is going to be one of the best games in the state of Illinois. I like both teams. Geneva.
Best games. There's a few more games on that list, Pete.
But I like this game, and just the way Glenbar North style football. Geneva, they were losing early to Keeneland. They came back. They won. Quarterback tossed 5 touchdowns. This is a huge game. Geneva versus Glenbar North. Do not sleep on this game. Wheaton North versus Batavia.
Now, this is a game you don't want to sleep on, ladies and gentlemen.
This is another big time game. Last year was crazy. I think this year is going to be crazy. What do you think, Mr. Codo?
Oh, it's going to be crazy as well. And guess what? Batavia wins this one. Batavia takes down the defending champs.
That's Patrick Codo of Naperville. Make sure you whip batteries at him.
Hello, everyone. I'm right here. Although I do have a big, I do have a surprise I want to share with you all at the end.
Okay. Wheaton Warrenville South versus St. Charles North. What do you think?
Wheaton South versus St. Charles North. Wheaton South picked up a huge win last week. Boy, they needed that win. A couple of 1-1 teams. I think Wheaton South builds off that win and takes it to St. Charles North.
St. Charles North changed their quarterback to Verza. I forgot the kid's last name. But
really, okay.
It's going to be a very interesting game. I tend to agree with you on this. I think Warrenville South's going to shock the world again, and they're going to beat St. Charles North.
Mm-hmm.
DGN in the Battle of Downers Grove North versus Downers Grove South. This is DGS's last chance. This is their last chance.
This is a huge last chance indeed. But Downers Grove North, they've been on a serious tear. I mean, a serious tear.
It's unbelievable. DGS keeps screwing us. I swear, DGS hates us so much.
DGS hates us so much. It's like, we suck. We hate you guys.
Yeah. Westmont.
We should throw batteries at you.
Yes, agreed. Westmont versus Plano.
Well,
yeah.
I think Plano steals it.
Yeah, Wally Johnson is unbelievable for Plano. He's a running back. You need to know this kid. Westmont, Darius Stevenson, Lucas Fairs. It's gonna be an interesting game, but I'll tell you the outcome of the game after the first quarter. I can automatically tell you the score. So that's how it is. Glenbard West versus OPRF.
The Glenbard West offense versus that OPRF defense. Well, I don't think Glenbard West is going to score over 40, but I still think they're going to win. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think
this is OPRF's biggest test so far of the year. It's early too.
But I am going to say this right now. I'm a little bit scared to say Glenbard West is going to win this game because I think OPRF is for a match.
Now, if OPRF pulls off the win,
yeah,
I'd be scared of OPRF.
Yeah. Hinsdale Central versus Lions.
I'm going to go Hinsdale Central.
Lions is a tough team, but this is another toss-up. I had this game as another toss-up. That's my personal feeling on that game. Addison Trail versus Morton.
Now this is a game where Addison Trail could get back on the Addison Trail could get back in the win column.
Yep, they could be 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
I had Morton as my surprise, and I'm eating crow for that one. I mean, shit. I thought Morton was going to be a surprise this year. This guy, another toss-up game. Coach Helton, do something, my man. You got to do something.
Exactly.
Bartlett versus Aurora East. Can Bartlett get to 3-0?
Yes.
I tend to agree with you.
I don't even know why you put it on there.
Hey, well, it's because your little Naperville teams decide, hey, you know what? We're going to play some out-of-state teams. That's good for us. Yeah.
I didn't decide that. I didn't decide that.
3. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Kalen versus Morris deep dish football game of the week, one of the Illinois games of the week. I love this game. This is going to be a rough, tough game. This game's going to go by fast because it's going to be hard hitting and there's going to be a lot of action. Kalen takes on Morris. What do you think, Mr. Codo?
Well, obviously, Morris loves their offense. Offense has been on a tear these first two games. I think it'll be on a tear next week against Caneland. They're gonna look at those Caneland weak spots they had against Geneva.
Both teams are definitely 5A teams that you need to check out. They could shock the world in the 5A, so please keep an eye out for their both teams. Mount Carmel versus Niles Notre Dame.
Oh, Niles Notre Dame. They're up for a big test.
Can Niles pull the upset?
I think so. We see Mount Carmel fell last year to St. Ignatius.
Yes.
So it could happen.
You're completely right. Next game, Marist versus Nazareth Academy. The Roadrunners lost to Lamont last week.
Yes. Now they host a tough Marist team.
And Marist lost their first game to Glenbard West. This is a toughie. And again, the passing attack of Nazareth that's going to be key against this Marist team. Justin Taylor is unbelievable for Nazareth Academy.
Yes.
Marist, they got some big ones. They got some young big linemen that will knock you on your ass. So definitely going to check. Who you got, my man?
I'm going to go Marist.
Ooh. And Roadrunners fans, that is Patrick Codo of Naperville. Please throw batteries at him.
Hello.
The last one, I made a mistake. Okay, so I made a mistake. I thought they were 2-0. They weren't 2-0. Creekside Fairburn in Georgia takes on East St. Louis. East St. Louis is going to win this one. I'm sorry.
East St. Louis? Yeah, it's East St. Louis.
Yeah. And Creekside Fairburn, they got a good defensive line. 3 kids that are being heavily recruited. But I got East St. Louis on this one. All right.
But then you got the East St. Louis flying offense literally flying all over you.
Jesus. Unbelievable. The quarterback Robert Battle's a beast.
Yep.
All right. Question from Dom from Naperville. Who are the top 5 teams in DuPage after week 2?
Ooh, who are the top 5 teams in DuPage County? That's a good question. It's a really good question. Well, obviously Glenbard West. Glenbard West.
I got to put Naperville North up there.
And Naperville North, yeah. Well, you got to let me get to them. Naperville North. Let's see, Glenbard West, Naperville North. You got to put Wheaton North in there.
Yeah, I see.
Wheaton North.
I
see. Yep, I see. You got to put IC in there too, and one more.
York.
Yeah, we'll put York.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a lot of good teams out there.
Yeah, like
those are 5.
Like a Wheaton Academy and St. Francis. But again, St. Francis, they're playing a couple of cupcakes in the upcoming weeks. We'll see what happens. So,
maybe at the end of the regular season we'll have a better idea.
Agreed. All right. And question from Cindy of Wheaton: can Naperville North win the state title?
Are we talking this year?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think they can too.
They can. They just got to clean up their turnovers.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head, man. Honestly, and I think Naperville North is one of those. I see Naperville North as exactly where Wheaton North was last year. That's my personal feeling.
Yes.
So, all right, Mr. Codo, you have a surprise.
I do have a surprise. So everybody, so if you're wondering what game I'm going to be at, I will actually be on my own bye week because this weekend, my best friend Ian George is getting married, and you're looking at his best man.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
I feel sorry for your best friend.
Wow. Oh, why?
Congratulations, man.
He's going to deal with me?
Congratulations.
So, yeah, no, I will be on my bye week this week, but I will be back next week. Don't you worry.
Okay, and this is Coach Big Pete, a.k.a. PLM of Deep Dish Football. publisher. Follow Coach Big P and Deep Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Mr. Codo, please give your information, sir.
Well, if anyone wants to find me and throw batteries at me, I'm right here in Naperville. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to check out our awesome content, go ahead and check us out at nctv17.org. And if you want to email me, pcodo at nctv17.org.
There we go, sir. Have a great week. And talk
Yes,
to
sir.
you.
You